atmosphere, Kendrick.
Good afternoon. The stratospheric layer contains 90% of the ozone in the atmosphere, absorbing 99% of harmful violet radiation from the sun. The Montreal Protocol was a treaty signed in 1987 to protect the stratospheric ozone layer. Stipulating the production and consumption of compounds that deplete the ozone in the stratospheric layer, such as CFCs, halons. These compounds are the ones that shield the planet from damaging from ultraviolet radiation. CFCs compounds combined with solar radiation that deplete in the stratospheric layer. Release of chlorine and chlorine monoxides can destroy large numbers of ozone molecules. Some effects caused by ultraviolet radiation is cancer in the immune system that reduces the defenses of the human body. Do not use any type of cleaning solvents that contain CFCs or ammonia or any other type of pollutant that will deplete the ozone layer. Thank you. Going back to you, Priscilla.
Thank you, Kendrick. Now, we present to you Ariel Hernandez.
And now with the effects of global climate change. First of all, we have to know what a positive feedback loop is. A positive feedback loop is in which a change is a feedback loop in which a change is amplified. For example, with hurricanes and storms, in this case, wind damage to trees can further cause global warming due to the release of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. The rebuilding of buildings requires raw materials and energy in which leave a carbon footprint. Temperature changes can be seen in this video where between the years of the 1800s and 2016, temperatures have been rising. These rises in temperature intensify the water cycle, increasing evaporation. This increase will further develop storms but can also contribute in dry lands. Storm-affected areas will experience precipitation and the risk of flooding, like here in Texas with Corpus Christi and Houston. Global sea level rose about 8 inches in the last century. The rate in the last 2 decades, however, is nearly double that of the last century. Example, Republic of Maldives, and is vulnerable to sea level rises. Greenland ice sheets have decreased in mass. Greenland lost 150 to 250 cubic kilometers of ice per year. Flowing meltwater from Greenland ice sheets have been reported. Changes in precipitation and evapotranspiration can combine to offset surface water and groundwater quantity and quality, low and high flow conditions, drought and flood frequency. For example, the habitat of brook trout in the southern Appalachian Mountains is already fragmented by natural and anthropogenic forces.
Hello people, today we're back here in ES News. Today we're going to be talking about the solutions for climate change. One of them is carbon offsets. Carbon offsets is a reduction of emissions of carbon dioxide or greenhouse gases made in order to compression. Next, we're going to be talking about the Paris Accord, an agreement that has to do with the frameworkers of the UNFCCC, that stands for the United Nations of Frameworkers Convention of Climate Change. This agreement has to deal with the greenhouse gases that is going to start in 2020. The only nations or countries that aren't involved in this agreement are the United States, Syria, and Nicaragua. This agreement started on December 2015, and 195 countries made history when they agreed to the most ambitious pact of limiting carbon emissions. President Donald Trump announced in June that he wasn't going to pull the United States out of this accord.
The greenhouse effect increases the temperature of the Earth by trapping the heat in our atmosphere. This keeps the temperature of the Earth higher than it would be if direct heating from the sun was the only source of warming. Greenhouse gases that are in the atmosphere absorb and then redirect some of this heat back towards the Earth. The greenhouse effects is a major factor in keeping the Earth warm because it keeps some of the plants' heat and that would otherwise escape from the atmosphere to space. Without it, it would be much colder and life on Earth would not be possible. Okay, now we will be talking about El Niño and La Niña. The term El Niño refers to the large-scale ocean atmosphere. Climate interactions linked to a periodic warming in the sea. Surface temperatures across the central and east central equilateral Pacific. The effects are likely to develop over North America during the upcoming winter season. Those include warmer than average temperatures over western and northern US and over the western and northern Canada. The presence of El Nino can significantly influence weather patterns, ocean conditions, and marine fissures across large portions of the globe for an extended period of time. La Nina episodes represents periods of below average sea surface temperature across the east central equilateral Pacific. It does the opposite impacts. During a La Nina year, winter temperatures are warmer than normal in the southeast and cooler than normal in the northwest. For example, we use ice cores and tree cores to understand the climate. Ice cores are a direct archive of past atmospheric gases. This method provides detailed records of carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide going back over 650,000 years. Tree cores, each year, trees add a layer of growth between the older wood and the bark. The ring, as seen in cross-section, can be wide, recording a wet season, or narrow, recording a dry growing season, which help identify our understanding of the climate. That's it. Okay. Yeah. I'm back and I'm better than ever. Okay. What we can do to lessen the change in climate is by unplugging electronic devices and lessen the cutting of trees. By purchasing energy efficient gadgets can also save citizens energy and money and prevent more greenhouse gas emission. Timber harvesting contributes 1.5 billion metric tons of carbon to the atmosphere. Forests are not just the lungs of the earth. They may also be humanity's best short-term hope for limiting climate change. Thank you for your time. This was ES News. See you again tomorrow.